Welcome everyone to Mac Mania, episode 58 for the 11th of March 2013. This is the show that gives you all the latest Apple news from the fortnight. Remember, we don't do it weekly now, we do it fortnightly for now, unless circumstances do change. But we do it fortnightly, which is kind of easier because then we get a break off and then we get to come back and talk about a lot of Apple news and... it's good. But anyway, joining me today, it's only Mark Knight from the Mr. Mark UK1 channel, who does a lot of Sims videos. He's a Sim guru, and he's Mark94, at Mark94, I think it is, on Twitter. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm very good, thanks. I've just literally woken up about 15 minutes ago. Get a phone call news when I'm halfway through my breakfast, which is fair enough. So you might see me eating or drinking coffee. If you're wondering what is in the coffee cup, it is coffee.
I'll be having a drink. So
brandy again?
That's all right. No, it's actually water today. Water. I only bring out the brandy on the Christmas edition.
And so does Santa Claus as well.
That's the only time. Yeah, that's the only time you will see me with the brandy on Mac Mania for the whole year is on the Christmas edition. Now I want to firstly start. Firstly, Elliot is not here, by the way. He's off doing some things. We may have to change the date of the recording. We'll talk more about that when it's decided, but that's just a warning. But I want to just mention I didn't mention this last week. During the off season of Mac Mania, I did change the website. I've got to say I do love this design more than the old design. Thanks to Webley, who is our website. What would you call it? Website hosting.
Yeah.
The host that makes our website not makes our website, but where we have our website, where it's hosted. So this is our website. I don't know if you can see. This is only a screenshot because this is a screenshot from my iPad. Because I'm using my iPad right now to send my video out to Mark, who then records it. I can't use my iPad, or I can't really change it and kind of show you, because then I'd be holding up my iPad and you'd see the back of my head. So, or you'd see facing the front of me, what I'm actually looking at right now. So I'm just showing you a screenshot, but this is basically the website. You might not be able to see it very good, but if you just go to macmania71.webley.com, you can see that's the layout. This is the home screen. This is the schedule here. If I just pinch and zoom, this is the tab of the app of the fortnight, and you can see I put a tally, a record of the recent episode apps. So here we have the app of the year 2012. So if you missed that, you can have a look at that. It's also got all these other tabs as well. Question of the fortnight, which I have not updated yet, and also YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So when you press on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, it will direct you straight to the site. In a different window, of course. I've made it so it jumps into a new window, and you're not actually leaving our website. And then there's how you get to the schedule. So you can just put your mouse over the home button, and then a tab should drop down. So I'm really happy with the new website. I hope you are, Mark, as well, with the new website design.
Yeah, well, I've not been on it much. It looks a bit better. Yeah, it does look better, because I'm currently working on my web. I don't know if you noticed that my website's down at the moment. I'm currently working on it. I'm sorting out the other YouTube sections, obviously. I've got Add Mac Mania and Bev TV onto it, other Pipo as well. So I am working on mine at the same time as obviously Mac Mania is being sorted at the same time. So it does look nice, because you showed me the other day that the schedule that looks pretty good. And I showed Elliot.
Yeah.
Wowee! The Christmas edition all the way back then, it's a long way away. it's going to fly by.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
just what Mark's talking about is the schedule that I did put up. That's just a rough estimate. Obviously, it may have to change because I just warned you about the maybe change of the
all
day.
All that hard work Jacob did has to redo it.
Well, I don't mind doing that, but I'm really happy with the design, and what's really good about it is that it's more brighter as well, more brighter colour. It was a bit dark. The only thing that's still working on at the moment is the information for hosts. We may need to update that. It's kind of all it's all up to date, but I just need to add a few things and maybe adding some more pictures as well of us. But it's kind of up to date, but I do need to update. I need to put the links of every host in there. So still working to do that, but all in all, the website is up to date. And I'll be editing it straight up. I'll be editing it tomorrow to put the app of the fortnight of today.
Yeah, well, it's also, I want to mention that it's more welcomely. So I thought the other one, as you said, it was quite dark.
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, it was quite, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you're wondering, I have got a camera on my second monitor, so if I'm not looking straight at the webcam, it's because it's on the other monitor. There's no room above my TV's on the wall, so it's no room. You'll see in the room tour coming up about a few months' time, probably.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, well, that's just a bit of a website update. So just please go check it out and have a browse. Bookmark it in your bookmarks, whether you're using it. It's capable to run on an iPad. You can run the full website on an iPad. Remember, the iPad's pretty big. And I think you would be able to run it on the iPad mini as well. That's a big enough size for it as well. There is a mobile version for iPhone and iPad, and also not iPad, iPhone and iPod. So you'll get the mobile version when you log on.
You can't forget Android.
We may, Android as well. We may, although I am surprised if anyone's watching this and they run Android, but well, if they like an Android fan, I should say. But anyway, maybe in the future when we're a bit more, maybe a bit more subscribers, we may create an app for the iPhone, the iPad, and possibly Android as well. Maybe in the future, but that's for a later date.
Sorry, I should think back.
No, thanks.
All right.
Cheers. Okay, all right. Let's get into some Apple news before
I've just put the website link above me.
Yep. Cool.
If I put it down there, because you
Cool.
obviously got the name there.
That looks good. Nice. Okay. All right. Let's get into some Apple news. We've got a pretty standard schedule to get through today. Basically, the main one we are going to talk about. We're going to keep following this because this is a very big story. Because I should say what we're about to talk about is the iWatch rumors continue. This is a big story because this is pretty much Apple going into a new industry. They don't sell watches. They sell devices. Electronic devices, and this is going to be a new kind of thing they're making, apparently. Rumours keep going ahead. You would think it would happen sooner or later if it's rumoured a lot like this, but I'm just trying to get my head around how this is going to be able to take calls. Like, how are you able to receive a call and answer it? Where would you speak? Would you go like that? And everyone would hear it. It doesn't really make sense to me with the calling. What do you think about that, Mark?
I saw that Curtis Parody's Now thing on about the iWatch, and where he was saying that you can answer calls from it, it was a bit weird, thinking, so you're going to use your watch as a phone? That is most weird thing ever. You're not going to go around the iWatch going, hello, how you doing?
Exactly.
You're going to have the phone up to your ear.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. And obviously, with this calling thing, we would have to have some capability with the iPhone, if it's going to take calls. You wouldn't think that it would take a 4G connection or a data for calling, like calling usage, minutes. You wouldn't think that would happen, surely. So I'm a bit confused about how it's going to take calls. This is how it must work if it's going to do calls. And I'm just guessing, is that the iPhone will be Bluetooth enabled onto the iWatch, which will have Bluetooth, and then it will call. But it's very weird. Like, how are you going to, like you said, Mark, how are you going to hold it up and and speaking into it. It's just really weird. But there has been rumours that this is going to Apple is working on a full iOS version that we see now on the iPhone and the iPod and the iPad is reportedly going to be working on this iWatch. So they're not going to make a simple iOS like they did with the iPod. Now, what do you think of that, Mark? A full iOS running on a watch?
That would be weird, obviously. And then again, it could be like the iPod Mini, sorry, the really tiny one, the iPod Nano, I think it is. That's right, sorry, the iPod Nano. But it's going to be some of the same size, obviously. You can't receive calls of that, so they might obviously upgrade that, so you'll be able to, as you say, into a watch and do something with it, the phone calling. So it's going to be an interesting.
I reckon though that
ride.
They reckon this iWatch will run a full iOS version, so which means it will be the same iOS like iPhone, but obviously optimized for the iWatch, which is a bit weird and obviously.
I suppose so.
I don't know. I find the iWatch really weird at this present time, and I just need to see it announced before I get my head around it.
Yeah.
Like I think it's going to happen. I think it is going to happen, but the question is, how's it going to run? Is it really going to be a watch? Like, is it really going to be? Isn't it? You can't tell me with all the rumours that it's just going to be a watch. It's going to be more of a smart kind of device, like a smartwatch with loads of features in it. One of the things which I would think that would be true would be to have a lot of health-related apps like a pedometer, a distance runner, stopwatch.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Stopwatch and a watch, and that's a good idea. But the other stuff, calling, quite frankly, and just thinking about it, I know this has been rumoured quite a lot, but I just don't see Apple putting calls in this thing. I really don't. Now that I think about it.
I don't know. Maybe we receive messages for it.
Could do, yeah. That would be okay. And then Siri. In it?
Yeah, Siri's meant to be on anyway.
Don't have to touch it.
Play your music through it.
You could, but then would you really want to have your earphones dragging? I guess that's a fair point. I guess.
Because you always got to watch on you, haven't you?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, most people. I don't wear a watch, but I know some people who do. I have got a watch, but mine's broken.
Yeah.
Battery life is something that needs
that needs to be sorted out first.
It's been reported that they've tried to do the full iOS thing, but only got about a day or two of battery life. It's reported that they're aiming for 5 days of battery life, which is fair. That is a pretty good amount if they can get to it. It would make it pretty good, and then obviously you have to charge it. I'm guessing with the lightning connector would be the thing that would be in it.
The thing is, most watches obviously don't have all this technology that Apple are slimming to butt down, but they last for years, don't they? So really, Apple's got to go on and do something to do that. They last it for years. Obviously, a lot of watches obviously they don't have all these fancy gadgets. Some of them do have calculators and calendars and whatnot.
What if you drop it? What happens then?
Smart cover?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But the thing is, when will this thing be released? They reckon that this will be released as early as 2013. What do you reckon, Mark? Release date? We're going to go through this again anyway, but what do you think?
Yeah, I reckon that might be a good way. Or no, who knows? Apple could surprise us again and bring it out later this year. Obviously, they did with the fourth iPad with Retina display. They did that surprisingly at the end of last year.
Which we'll talk about in just a couple of minutes.
We could be surprised and have it at the end of by Christmas time, which should be interesting. It seems a long way away, as I said before, but it's probably going to come around pretty quick. So the summer's going to fly past.
Now, final thing on the iWatch, an article here on Bloomberg, it's titled, Apple's planned iWatch could be more profitable than the TV. It says here, I'll read some of it. This is from the Bloomberg Bloomberg article. While Tim Cook has dropped hints that Apple Inc. is hard at work on the television to drive the next era of growth, the company's wristwatch style device, still in development, may prove more profitable. Wonder why that is. A watch over a TV, which is we're talking about I believe we're talking about the Apple TV here, the big screen TV, which we haven't heard much about over the couple of weeks. It's kind of faded off a little bit. The global watch industry to generate more than $60 billion in sales in 2013, I should say. So yeah, maybe more profitable than the TV, and I don't know if that's a hint that we may see the TV very soon. I'm not really that sure, but do you want to comment on anything on the TV, Mark? Because we haven't heard much about it over the last couple of weeks, especially in the off season with Mac Mania.
Well, with the TV thing, that obviously we have noticed. Obviously, there is a few things with the Apple TV coming out. It should be interesting. I'm not surprised Apple will make one, much surprisingly. But what are they going to call Apple TV? Obviously, over here in the UK, we have a TV channel called ITV, so they can't say it's the ITV because obviously they're ripping off the channel ITV in the UK. So I don't know how they're going to get around it. Maybe they call it Apple TV. Maybe because obviously they've got the Apple TV box. So whether they will branch it out into a TV, I have no idea how this is going to work. But it could be exciting. Again, it's going to be expensive. But what do you reckon will be on this TV, Jacob? Being based.
Well, obviously the reports that we've heard, the rumours that we've heard, obviously coming out of this has obviously been Siri for one thing. We should see Siri. We should see the whole Apple TV software be in this and integrated into the TV, obviously. Obviously AirPlay and all that will be on it, and obviously, I guess maybe availability to be able to connect devices, because it won't have a DVD player. No. It will not have a DVD player. Apple, we've seen this with the MacBook Pro, the MacBook Air. They don't have CD drives. The MacBook Pro doesn't even have a CD drive. I discovered that a few weeks ago.
Even the iMac. Even the iMac.
Even the iMac doesn't have it either.
For someone I watch on YouTube, stop jabbering on. You should definitely go subscribe to him. He just recently bought an iMac, and really well with our host who left us, Lee. He bought an iMac, and they don't have CD drive. They're not that to buy. And the iDrive, someone bought a cheaper version. Lee bought the actual one for about £60, and when I was buying my Mac, I thought, I'll get the Mac Pro. No CD drive. Thinking, I've got to spend £60 for a CD drive, and I use a CD drive a lot on mine. A lot. So that's why I went with the original MacBook, which was discontinued early last year.
I'm pretty sure that Mac Mini still caters the CD drive, considering that was. You sure the Mac Mini, the actual box?
They used to. I don't think they do. Let's have a look.
I'm sure that it still has a CD drive. I'm not particularly sure, but I'm sure that it still has a CD drive in it. Because like it's just the box, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that. But Apple is removing its CD, so the iTV, the Apple TV, definitely won't have a CD drive. So you would have. So it would be good for them to put in some sort of capability. Obviously, the red, white, and yellow connections. So the AV connections, I should say. So you can connect a DVD player, because people still like to play DVDs. I know I still like to play DVDs. I've been collecting these DVDs as part of a paper collection, and these are still CDs. So
I can explain for CD drive. There is a processor, graphics, storage and memory, Thunderbolt, connectivity for your cards and whatever, and there's a HDMI. There's no CD drive. There used to be a CD drive in the original one, but not in this one.
Is that in the Mac Mini or?
Mac Mini, yeah.
Right. I thought, I wasn't that sure, but yeah, thanks for checking on that. So, one of the things that I just want to say about the Apple TV, about the name, and I've just thought about this just then. I reckon if they release this, Apple will discontinue. Well, okay, well, actually, I'm now thinking about it. It's not really that good, but they may discontinue the Apple TV box and call the screen the Apple TV. Hang on, that's not right.
Obviously,
when you're cut that out.
Yeah.
Don't know.
When you say
I was saying,
if they did discontinue the Apple TV box, as you were saying, that would be really weird because obviously a lot of people think, well, I can't afford the Apple TV because that's going to be horrendous price. But they can afford the Apple TV box because they're about £99, which I was thinking to get one.
Yeah.
But obviously, I've got no idea.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting one. I wouldn't mind getting one at the near future, but don't worry about that. I was just trying to say something, but I reckon they'll still keep the Apple TV little box because that's an option for people who want an Apple TV but can't get the actual screen. So yeah, it hasn't been much rumours about the TV at this present time, but it is apparently the iWatch being more profitable about it. Hopefully we do see it very soon, the TV, because I'm really interested in what is going to be in this TV. Alright, okay, we'll move on, because we've got a lot more to get through. Another thing I want to talk about is Google and Apple. Apparently Google is rising and Apple is fading, and this is why Apple needs to start announcing some stuff, because they're fading a little bit here. Google, this is a report from the Australian, our very own Australian here in Australia. Google has retaken the role of superstar of the tech sector with a stunning stock rally as rival Apple flounders, which means that Apple is falling, Google has risen in the stock. We mentioned this a fortnight ago, that Apple was falling in stock. Google has hit fresh all-time heights in recent weeks and closed Friday in the US at $8,301 US dollars. $814.69 is the Australian price. I'm not really sure what the UK price is, capping a nearly tenfold rise from its public offering price in 2004. So Google is Apple need to watch themselves. That's basically what I'm trying. What's basically saying is that Apple need to watch themselves because they're falling, and Google is rising. And this is the company that has Android. What do you think, Mark? What does Apple need to do to make sure this doesn't go on?
I use both products now. I've got my Android phone and my Android tablet, which I'm not going to talk anything about because obviously it's kind of stopped working. But obviously, I'm not going to go into that because I know what you people are going to say in the comments saying, "Oh, you should have bought an Apple." Yeah, it's talked about in my own videos. This is not Android Mania. Well, then again, Jacob did want me to unbox it live on Mania last week. Well, recorded.
Just a thought.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm moving on. I'm running low on battery according to my Mac. What was the question again, sir? I've lost track.
About Google falling and Apple... Google rising, Apple falling. Not Google falling, Apple rising.
Obviously, yes. I think that maybe Apple should start announcing more products soon. Obviously, we've got all these rumours coming. Maybe if they are true, Apple should mention them. Because obviously, Google, as you say, Google have taken over at the moment, which will rise in Android, YouTube, because obviously YouTube is owned by Google now, and that's changing as well. So, I do believe that Apple should start announcing more products if they are going to make them, because obviously they're going to be overtaken by Android, which they don't really want.
Yeah.
And it's good for Android and Google people, but not for Apple.
Well, Google's already taking over Apple in the maps industry. We've just got to look at Google Maps and Apple Maps. Which one's better? Google Maps for me.
Now, there is one advantage that Apple could do. I've noticed since I've had my Android that when you go in the Google Play, you can actually download an app and it will download straight from the computer to your device. Straight away. Now, with iTunes, I've never found that.
You can't do that, no.
It's weird.
And they've got the capabilities to do it.
Yeah.
They've got iCloud.
iCloud, and I thought that was going to do it. But no, you have to go back into your your iPod, iPad, phone, whatever you got, and download it from there. So it'll be on the computer and on your device, which is weird, and I didn't really like that. So, again, maybe Apple should do something like that, because obviously Android, I went through that.
That would be good. That'd make things a lot more easier, especially maybe if you download an app, maybe it goes to another device. Maybe a little thing that I might not do, but the capabilities to have it on and off would be good. And they do it with photos. When you take a picture on your iPad, it can go to your iPhone, and you'll go. Obviously, when I take a picture on my iPad, it won't go to my iPhone because I have it on separate accounts. But when I take a picture from my iPhone, it goes to my iPod Touch, and when I take a picture of my iPod Touch, it goes to my iPhone. I've known to work it.
But what I'm saying is, you can choose a device. If you've got like 2 Android devices, like at the moment I can go into Google and say I want it to go to my phone or the tablet. It won't go to both. I can choose where it goes to, which is
that's pretty good. That's a good thing. And yeah, we talked last fortnight about iOS. Is it too simple? So it is March right now. For the last 2 years, Apple has March 11th. It is March though the month. Apple for the last 2 years have held a press conference announcement in this month. We're going to talk a bit about the iPad in just a couple of minutes on some rumours about when that could be released, which we'll talk about in just a couple of minutes. Well, let's talk about it now. Let's because we are on the topic of press of announcements. For the last 2 years, Apple have had announcements in March. It's not looking likely to have an announcement in March at the moment because we are getting to we are getting to nearly the end of the March. We've only got about 2 weeks left of March, and they've got to get the invites out and everything first. But it has been rumoured that the iPad, if I don't want to load it, that the iPad 5 and the iPad Mini, so iPad 5 and iPad Mini 2, could be debuted in April. The iPhone 5S could be debuted in August, so that would be close to WWDC. No, WWDC is in June, so they would have to have an announcement the month after WWDC, which has happened. It's happened with certainly a September announcement to an October announcement. What do you think, Mark? iPads? Could we see iPads in April when it's only been October, November, December, January, February, March, April? It's only been about 7 months again since the iPad 4 was released.
Maybe it'd be interesting to see. Maybe, it could be interesting. Obviously, Apple did surprise us last year with bringing 3 iPads. That's obviously the iPad Mini now. So maybe we might see a new iPad Mini. No, obviously I know I'm going off France here saying we think we might be seeing obviously the iPad Mini, maybe the iPad 5, which should be very interesting to see. Obviously, at the moment, there've been no rumours, as far as I know, about any new iPads.
I have heard a few. Obviously, the one I'm reading out now says iPad 5 and iPad 2 could be debuted in April. I have seen a bit of some design prototypes or some design pictures. I don't know where they're from, but it's likely to be a similar design to the iPad Mini, the smooth and even the iPod Touch, the smoother kind of design, and the grey kind of black and the silverish, which is a nice design, by the way, on the iPad Mini. So it'd be very good to have it on the iPad. That's all I've heard about it, and I haven't really heard that much about iPad Mini other than Retina display, which rumours about the iPad Mini 2 came out when the iPad Mini was released. They were saying, okay, next time we're going to see a Retina display, and we're going to see this and that, and this and that. So, that's all I've heard about the iPads. And the iPhone 5S I haven't really heard that much about either, other than a camera update, and just obviously a new processor, which doesn't seem that much. Apple need to do something big here. Seriously, they need to. I think this is the time they need to do something big with the iPad. Well, the iPad's really big, but what more can they do to the iPad is the question. They need to do something big that's not invented yet. Like we said, they're falling in stock. They need to do something big, don't they?
Yeah. This is going to be interesting to see what Apple does.
Definitely. It's an interesting year for Apple because there's so many rumours. I think that's about it that we've got in the news. I've got one more that I had, but I don't have it. But it's just that the the MacBook Pro has changed its price, so I think it's down to $1,006 now. That's the 13-inch. So just something to mention there. Not that important, but we'll mention a bit more on that next time.
Now, obviously, there was something I would like to mention.
Yep.
Now, I was going to mention last episode, I bought myself for my Mac, 'cause I wanted something else. I wanted a mouse. So I bought myself the Mighty Mouse. And it's quite heavy. It's actually quite heavy.
Don't you mean is it Magic Mouse? Or?
The Mighty Mouse, that's the original mouse.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Nice. I remember that.
I bought it from eBay. Obviously, I never mentioned it on Mac Mania, but it's actually, it works. It's handy to have when you're editing as well.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, I hope you're enjoying that, Mark. Do you have SimCity, Mark, by the way? No. I just have a story up here. I was going to mention this. It's not even anything to do with Mac. Even though I think you can play SimCity on Mac.
You can play Sims on the Mac, but I wouldn't play on my Mac.
Apparently there has been some crashes and stuff on
obviously,
SimCity.
With, obviously, Elliot's got it. There has been problems with the server issue. There have been server issues in Origin, giving away every person who bought SimCity and registered with Origin are going to get a free game. So it's going to be interesting.
Is that definite or?
Yes, obviously Elliot was mentioning it last night. It was also mentioned on the Now show that Kurt's Parody does.
Right.
I'm going to be interested. I haven't got it yet, but I will be purchasing it in the next few weeks. When it's about £40. Obviously, I've got Sims 3 University, which I've non-stop play. So there's going to be a definitely big review on that. Obviously, this month in Sims 3, I don't know where that's gone. I've probably discontinued it for now because obviously I'm concentrating on doing my other Let's Play videos at the moment. But they're still going to do some Sims 3 news. So it's going to be part of that bit's being changed.
I just thought I'd mention that, by the way, because it did. When I was searching for news this afternoon, I went to Google and went to news and went to the category technology, and that was one of the top stories. So obviously a big story. I didn't know about it till today, so I just thought I'd mention it because you are a sim guru, Mark.
Yes, and, I am sim guru.
You know what you're talking about when it comes to these games. Even though you don't have it, you are still following it.
I do want to get it because obviously I don't know if you knew, but I did get a chance to play the beta version. But I've got a new computer since, and I was using my other computer which only had 2 gigs of RAM. It was DDR2, and if you're a computer fan geek, you understand what I'm talking about.
Mm.
It would just take forever to load. I got to play like the demo version, like the tutorial part, and I really enjoyed it. I don't remember the last time I played SimCity. I remember all I remember is doing an alien invasion or an earthquake or some kind of riot. I remember playing that, especially in SimCity, but excuse me, I really enjoyed playing SimCity, the beta version. I only had it for 24 hours, unfortunately. Well, on the other hand, Elliot's got it for a couple of days, I believe. But SimCity, yes, it's a really good game.
Yeah, the only time I've played it is with the iPod back in
Wow.
Would have been about 2011, 10. There was a SimCity app. I don't think it's around anymore, to be honest. I don't really have it. But yeah. Anyway, it's just some Sim news on Mac Mania. I think you can play SimCity on the Mac though. Can you or you can't?
You can, but I wouldn't. In my point of view, I use my Mac for editing. Rarely, I don't use the Mac for editing anymore. I use my computer because it's faster and quicker. I will use the Mac for editing, for blogs and that stuff. On the other hand.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, question of the week, question of the fortnight, I should say. I'm just writing it down because obviously I don't want to forget because the last time I only put the question of the fortnight up on the Facebook page a couple of days ago. I only just realised that I forgot, so. Sorry about that, guys, but I will try to put this up next week. Maybe, not next week, tomorrow. Unless Mark might be able to do it. If you know how to post a question on the Facebook page, you just go to events milestone, and then you go to. But anyway, the question of the week is: will the iWatch let you make calls and receive calls? So will the iWatch let you take calls and receive calls? I will just say take calls. So that's the question of the week. Go vote now. We'll put that question up sometime in the next couple of days. Obviously, this recording doesn't go out until tomorrow, so obviously you guys won't know a single thing until you watch the episode and find out the question of the fortnight. So we've got a bit of time to put it up. So that's the question of the fortnight. Will the iWatch be able to let you take calls? Okay, alright. We've got through a few things. I wanted to just quickly mention about something that I found a short time ago this afternoon about an expensive app that was removed from the App Store, I believe. It says here, most apps from iTunes are worth free or 99 cents, but a few that not only cost more than expected, but are instantly expensive. Some developers are pricing their applications from $179.99 to $999. That is really expensive. And these apps are aimed one thing to serve a wide range, and an app there was an app that was $1,000 that has been removed, I think. I'm pretty sure. So, what do you think about What do you think about expensive apps? Do you think are they any? They must be really good if they're selling at that price.
That is expensive
And bizarre.
Yes, I don't know who would pay $1,000 for an app.
I wouldn't. I pay less than $5. I try to pay less than $5 on an app.
The amount I've played on the Apple Store was about a tenner, and that was to buy a series of a TV program that was on this show. I was interested in, and I can't buy it. So I kept trying to watch it on YouTube, and there's no other episodes, I'm going to have to buy it on iTunes.
Alright, do you have a Mac app of the week, Mark, or...?
No, sorry.
No? Alright, I'll go through the app of the week for me, because I do have an app of the week. It's called App Gone Free. If you watch App Advice Daily... Do you watch App Advice Daily?
Who?
Mark?
No.
App Advice Daily. It's a podcast. A bit like what we do, but it's shorter, and it goes through the day's apps. Well, they have made an app called Apps Gone Free. And basically, this app tells you all the day's free apps. It's really cool. I showed you the fortnight ago the app of the day, which gives you a free paid app for free. This one basically gives you a whole lot of apps that have gone free. So the developers have wanted to make their apps free to promote it and obviously make money. So when they do it, it's really, really good. It's really good. There's some very good apps on here that have gone free. And I recommend you get it because it's a great way to get paid apps for free. Another great way of getting paid apps for free. There's a few of these app discount ones out here that let you know the apps that have gone free. They're just really good apps. So go download it now. It's free from the App Store for your iPhone, your iPad, and your iPod Touch and iPad Mini and all your iOS devices, except the iPod Nano, which is not really classed as an iOS device. So yeah, Apps Gone Free for my app of the week, and that wraps us up. One other thing I've got to mention is Google has made an update as well on their maps. So just a thing to mention there. I don't think I've had any other app news. No,
but we've also forgotten to do something else as well.
What was that?
Well, we've forgotten to do our links.
Well, that's what we're getting to now.
Interesting.
Yeah, your links, Mark.
Well, my links, as I've done before last week, are going to have to go like that. That's just an easy way to remember. Okay, that's gone a bit weird. Actually, that's gone weird, so I'm going to have to say again, obviously. Facebook.com, Mr. Mark UK. Facebook.com/Mr. Mark UK1 is the Facebook page. You got my website, mrmarkuk1.webs.com, which is a slight interest as well, because that's sort of down. If I don't know if you've been on it, you can go on it. It is open. The homepage is not ready, but the other YouTubers page is open. So promoting them, I've got to add. I remember today I've got to add Jacob and Bev TV because I forgot today. Obviously YouTube Mr. Mark UK1 and Mr. Mark UK on blogs. A new Let's Play is coming soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Also, you've got my Twitter's SimGuru Mark and Mr. Mark94 UK. Also, you also have something else. My email, mrmarkuk1 at hotmail.co.uk.
And my links are youtube.com/BevTV main channel. Haven't done a lot of videos lately. Probably won't do many videos this year, but may start it up next year when I've got a bit more time. I may not even have any time next year, but I will start it up again soon. But follow me on Twitter, because I tweet a lot of things, not only about Apple, but also about sport as well. Obviously the AFL coming back, was back, but it comes back next week, the actual season, so go follow me on Twitter there, because I make a lot of tweets. And yeah, Bev TV on Facebook and Twitter, you can just go follow them there. And that's about it from my links. So,
now also, I want to give you a quick sneak preview of my unboxing of University. I'm allowed. I'm sorry, I don't think I can do it. Oh, right, okay. Nope, unfortunately your camera's gone blank, by the way.
I just covered it up.
Why?
Because were you going to play a video, or?
I was going to try.
Oh, okay, so just so you wouldn't have it sitting there like that.
But
so
it didn't work.
I don't know. Didn't work. Okay. Well, if you want to go check it out, go to
It's the unboxing of University. A review will be coming out hopefully next week, because I keep playing it. I've gone Sims 3 mad at the moment. I've gone through a stage where I want to play The Sims all the time, which is interesting.
I do that with the PS3. Alright, that's it for MacMania for another fortnight. We'll be back hopefully next fortnight and be giving you all the latest news on the iWatch and plenty more. But I'm going to go and clean my iPhone because I'm very cautious about the screen. Even though I've got a screen protector, I'm still very cautious. I'm even cautious about the back of the case, which is even bad. You know, the case is supposed to be on there to protect, and I'm basically protecting the case. So maybe I need to get another case to protect. I'll also wipe the iPad as well and give it a clean. Maybe the iPod Touch as well, which I haven't been using that much. But anyway, no, I have been using it actually. I've been using it for games. Thanks very much. Thank you very much, Mark, for being on. Hopefully Elliot can be on again next fortnight. This has been a traditional MacMania, because a classic MacMania, we should say, because back in the days it used to be Mark and I, and we're doing that again for a bit of a classic. So thank you very much, everyone. We hope Elliot can come back in a fortnight and do MacMania with us. And to all of you, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm going to go clean my iPhone case.
And I'm going to edit MacMania.
Bye for now.
Bye. Have fun, people of the world.